Hi guys, it's Mike here. Today I'm gonna talk to you about Canada and the things that happened. Thing happening from yesterday to today. I made a video. That video was made yesterday. The thing is, I put it on today because I was, I have one warning. Well, a strike from Google, so I couldn't put up some videos I had, so I didn't upload it and passed through that. That's why you haven't heard from me in a little bit. And the thing is that what's happening in Canada today about this guy Trudeau uh, dropping the emergency act. You know, the only thing that shows here is that he realized that because politicians do things right, and they take things back, or they stop from doing things because of the public, what the polls say, how's people taking it. And with all the things happening in Canada after the Emergency Act was approved, and after 2 days he said he's no longer wanted that. Independently, if some people say, well, it wouldn't pass the Senate, I guess that too. I I I I, I, I support that thinking, but I think it's not that. The thing is that the people realize that uh, he didn't need the Emergency Act. Some idiots, because they're idiots, who try to speak politics, or analyze politics, and the thing is that they don't understand what they're talking about. And most of them said that he used the Emergency Act. He put in jail the truckers, the ones who were supporting the protest. He froze their accounts, and that's it. That's what I want to do, and that's why he's dropping the Emergency Act. You know, those people are idiots because they don't know what politics means. In this particular case, I guess he won't repeating as a prime minister. He's gonna be out in election day, and the thing is that it's what it calls damage control. You try to, you know, uh, to to stop from collapsing your party and the liberals and everything, and it's already done. The damage is already done because Canada changed. People don't believe in the politicians anymore, especially them, uh, because of the things he did. It's not about people taking sides and saying, "Oh, the truckers," because some people disagree with them. But the thing, when he start to do that and people realize that this is something more, uh, so you know people realize and start taking money out of the bank and other stuff. It's getting the government to maneuver very complicated. And as usual, look here, was all a cover. Some people, someone said that was all a cover to introduce permanent surveillance powers over financial transactions where they can confiscate property without due process. Might be. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying it is, because we don't know. After what's happened in Canada, we don't know. So another says Trudeau lifted the Emergency Act because the banks told him to after too many Canadians withdrew their money at the same time. Apparently Americans. Take note. So this happened. I guess I was talking to someone today about that, and I maybe told him that maybe the banks call him, told him you're gonna destabilize the finance system of Canada. So stop doing that craziness you got. And he backed out because, politicians are like that. They need support from banks. They need support from people with money, because there are some, you need to finance your campaigns and everything. And, they're not idiots. You think they're idiots, but they're not. They're only hungry for power. And they try to impose a narrative. They're trying to, change the reality of things, as he did. He never sat down with the truckers to talk it out. He only called them fringe, asked for emergency acts, to approve an emergency act. So in reality, uh, you need to understand that what you have to expect from this type of politician. That's a problem. It's not about what's happening, and I'm okay with them because they took the truckers out of the of Ottawa, of the center of the city. So, okay, yeah, I know. So you think the next time, you don't think the next time that frozen account will be yours? That guy in jail will be you? That's why politicians, when they make mistakes, they tend to, try to do damage control, because they feel they're so drunk with power that they feel they can, going over any citizen they want, any person they want, because they have the power. And that's sad. That's sad because, to me, it shows how weak you are as a person, how you have an inferiority complex too big, that you need power, not words, not, talk to someone and tell them your ideas, listen to them, and, make some conclusion. No, you need to use the power you have to squash the enemy. That shows me that you have a inferiority complex so big, so big, that you feel less than the others. That's the truth. And I have seen it in a lot of people in power positions, because, some of them are not there because they're good, are not there because they're the best, are there because, they're friends with someone, someone's, sponsored them to get there. So it's not like, you are the best of the best of the best. No, you're not the best of the best of the best. You're kind of the worst. But that's my point of view. I'm not telling you that that's the point of view of everybody. But you got to think about what politicians do. So Trudeau announcement: he's lifting emergency act, speaks volumes. No Freedom Convoy protester was charged with anything more severe than conspiracy to commit mischief. So the government claims to of a threat of sedition was disinformation. If there had ever been a credible threat that any of the arrested protesters were engaged in attempt to violently overthrow the constitution, and the truckers never talk about that. They talk about the restrictions they're lifting everywhere about COVID, and in Canada they're trying to maintain in place, which is nuts. But, you know the problem is when you have to listen to everybody. You're not the owner of the country. So, uh, look, some people are people. Some agree with them, some not. But the thing is, that I want to talk to you about is he dropped the emergency act because, of course, he dropped the emergency act. It's logical. It's only logical. Okay, I got a few minutes, 9 minutes, so I'm gonna change the subject because it was, very short. They're gonna be short information. Now we're going to talk about what's happening in Russia and Ukraine. At the end, as I told you before, uh, Everybody calling it a bluff. Uh, I didn't think that. I always, in all my videos, you can check the videos. I always told you that he might invade Ukraine because he has something in his mind. And you know, it's funny to watch the Democrats and the Republicans, taking on each other, and it's been 1 year since Trump left office, and they tell this is Trump's fault because of NATO. NATO, really, really, the only who was paying at the time NATO was United States. The other countries, Europe countries, has not. So again, who's responsible for destroying NATO? Europe. Second, do you think Putin did this because it was? Some people say Trump wasn't. It's because Trump is not there, and it's his friend, and that's why he didn't do anything. No, he just watched live what happened in Afghanistan, and he understood that those are a bunch of idiots, and he can do whatever they want because they are not going to do anything. See, the bell is right. So, he understood. He took the time. He understood. He saw that these guys are a bunch of idiots, ostriches, and also Europe need his gas with the Nord Stream. So, most of the European countries are against invade, attack Putin because even though they were talking about suspending the SWIFT from the banks, and most of them were like, "Oh wait, it's too much," because they need their gas, the Russian gas. So at the end, people will die, innocent people will die because of the Chamberlain's way applied by politicians. Because politicians are more interesting in doing business than doing the right things. So for me, it's that, it's not about Trump. People blaming Trump because he said yesterday, he told the press, like, Putin is a genius. He did good. Of course he did good. What else you gotta say? Did he did bad? He's a bad guy. But he did it good. It's when you study the World War II and see how the Germans took Belgium and took France, and the strategy they applied. What shows to you is that he did a good strategy. He did good. He's an intelligent person. He was an intelligent person. And the people surrounded Hitler. I'm not meaning he's a good guy. He's a badass asshole. He deserves to die. Like, if we can find some way to bring people from the dead, like bring it back, kill him again, bring it back, kill him again, bring it back, kill him again. It's what he deserves. It's what he deserves. But one thing from the other. It's the same thing when I tell people that they call those guys leaders, and I told them that they're not leaders. They're just killers with power. And they say, no, because there are some styles of leadership. Okay, if you can call those guys leaders, all those guys also are foxes, are intelligent people that can do things good. And Biden didn't do anything. Europe didn't do anything. And Putin just waited. I remember this from a film, like, I know, with Mel Gibson, well, the Scotland, Braveheart. Hold. That's it. And I'm not happy for that. Part of my family comes from Ukraine, so uh, I don't feel well about this because people is suffering. People who wants to have normal lives are getting touched by bad, very bad decisions, and you know, because they don't agree in one thing that opposed to bad. They only agree in business. They only agree with money. So they don't care about that. That's why some people is making comparisons with Hitler, because Putin is doing the same thing. And in the end of the day, he will take Ukraine. Ukraine, the country who gave up his, you know, nuclear arsenal, just with the compromise, just with the commitment on the countries of the West to protect them, to protect him, to protect Ukraine, and with the and with the you know with the agreement that Russia wouldn't touch them. You know, one of the countries with the biggest nuclear arsenal is now in that position because of power, because of people try people politicians did the Chamberlain's way better than doing the Churchill's way. Well, guys, that's it for today. This is a short video, well, 16 minutes, sorry. But I wanted to, to put two things in one, because it's everything that's happening right now is too, it's going fast. It's going fast, and I have to analyze and put everything up, because everything changes with the minute. So, well, I guess I hope you like the video, and please support me with the like, and if you want to, you know, follow my channel, I'll be glad if you do that. Bye.